Hi there and welcome to this thought leadership video where I'm thrilled to be joined by Risha Mohyeddin, who's a global treasurer at HBL. He's back in town, and in today's video we're going to find out what are the digital solutions that HBL are offering to their customers. Risha, thank you so much for your time.
Great, thanks
Great
for
to see
having
you again.
me.
Loving the tie, by the way.
Thanks, I bought it especially for today.
Thank you.
Okay.
So, Risha, last time we had a video, we spoke about the history of HBL, what are you doing, the culture, what makes you so big. Today's video, let's touch base on the technology, the digital solutions that you're offering for your customers. What are you doing in that space?
Right. So our tagline is that we're a technology company with a banking license, and we've really taken that to heart. Because we transact, as I said last time I was here, over 300 million transactions a year.
Wow.
We have digital apps for our retail clients. We have a very strong HBL Pay platform for our business clients. And of course on the treasury and market side, we worked to develop our own digital platforms as well.
Okay, so let's talk a bit more about the platforms then. So I've seen lots of news in the markets about Symphony, so please divulge a bit more about what it is and how that's benefiting the customers.
Right. So Symphony is a click and trade platform for fixed income securities in Pakistan. So it's developed locally for our fixed income business. Now the thing is that the transactional volume has really grown exponentially in the past few years. So HBL does over 25% of secondary market volumes in the market. We do over 10 trillion PKR of transactions.
Wow.
And that, as you can imagine, is very time intensive and very labor intensive when we're talking to clients, because we send a pricing sheet out and they come back and they have to sign up and so on and so forth. So this just cuts through all those operational and market-based issues, and basically clients can click and trade and transact immediately.
But what's that transition been like in terms of a cultural aspect? Was it easy to offer that solution to your customers, or was there a bit of pushback?
So it's a mixed bag. So some of the more sophisticated clients get it immediately. They see the value in transacting at the click of a button, at the operational efficiencies and the order trails and so on. But really, many other people are very reluctant to onboard digital channels because they feel they're losing control. A lot of the time people prefer signing off on a sheet, and they feel that has more validity rather than just clicking. And what if they click on buy instead of sell, or what if their boss doesn't agree with that decision, and so on. So it's a journey, really. We work very closely with our clients. We send our digital teams over to sit with them, work with them, work through the system, and really discuss with them how we can help overcome their fears. Because I think if you don't understand what our client is thinking, then really you've lost the battle. So for us, for many clients, it's we started working with them a couple of years ago, and only now we've onboarded them on our other digital channels. So it takes time at times.
Indeed, indeed. Okay, so that's the fixed income side covered. So let's go on to the FX, because from the Symphony to Infinity, divulge more about the FX side, please.
Right. So Infinity is again a click and trade portal for FX transactions. So on the portal we do FX spot, forward and swaps. We're the first channel to onboard the PKR as a live streaming currency. In fact, Infinity is the first portal which offers clients a click and trade solution. In fact, this is pretty much the only solution in Pakistan where clients can deal digitally rather than on the phone, which is, as you know, a very traditional way and often very inefficient.
Yep, okay. Moving on to other areas of banking and keeping it technology themed, let's talk about agriculture and how you're implementing technology with agriculture to increase yields.
Right. So I would have thought before joining HBL that agriculture is probably the least technologically savvy or conducive to technology, but we've used technology in many innovative ways. So for a start, we've hired a lot of agronomists on our team who go and work with our farming clients to help improve their crop yields. They advise them on acreage and which crops to plant when, and so on and so forth, on the seasonality. And a lot of that does use technology. We onboard clients onto an app rather than using paper form. So there are a lot of aspects in which we brought value to our clients. And in fact, on some of the pilot programs, we helped increase their crop yields by 20 to 25%,
wow,
and increase their profitability by 100%, by more than 100% in many cases.
Okay. Fantastic. Speaking about crops, and I suppose it's more of a sadder subject, but I think we should cover the floods that's happened in Pakistan. So, on an economic sense, what is the growth forecast for 2023 on an economic sense within the country?
Right. Well, first and foremost, obviously, this is a human tragedy. A lot of people have lost their lives and livelihoods. And moving on to the economic side, obviously, a large swathe of crops have been destroyed, so the country will have to import a lot of food items and cash crops such as cotton, which is the mainstay of the textile industry, which is our largest export industry. So that definitely has slowed down the economy and will slow down the economy in the next few months. We're not expecting a recession. We're expecting slow growth, slightly above 0%. But we do feel that by the middle of next year, the economy should start to recover.
Okay. And I suppose a result of the floods, unfortunately, was due to climate change. And there's lots of talk about ESG at the moment. So I'm curious, final question, what's the ESG agenda for HBL at the moment? Right.
So we have a very strong ESG agenda, starting with a few years ago when we stopped all lending to coal projects. And at a lot of pushback from our clients, because we are by far the largest lender in the local market, and we are the main project finance bank in the country. So when we pulled back, then a lot of our clients came back to us and said, how are we going to continue with this? But we're helping migrate away from fossil fuels and towards greener pastures, if you like. So we have a very strong agenda in the ESG side, and especially on climate change, and our international counterparties and multilaterals have recognized that. In fact, we were instrumental in helping launch the first green bond, which was from a large utility company in Pakistan. We worked with JP Morgan to bring that to market, and it was a 500 million issuance, which was oversubscribed about 8 times.
Congrats.
So that just shows the interest coming through.
Interesting. Always insightful, always informative. Thank you so much, Risha, and look forward to seeing you upon the next visit, okay?
Thank you, James.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
Thanks.